If you want to go ahead and make an opening statement, then I'll about Rutgers, and then I'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, we're obviously a day away here from hitting the road, and Rutgers, very tough-minded group. Playing them already one time has given us a feel for, obviously, how hard they play, and how tough and I think in playing them the first time, we didn't play well on either end of the floor. I thought we got, really hit hard in transition, and really did a poor job of being connected defensively on the ball. And we got beat way too many times. And I think, from an offensive standpoint, especially in the second half, the game really changed when their pressure was able to really disrupt us. I think we had double-figure turnovers in the second half, which really gave them a comfortable cushion to be able to play with in the second half. Now we're going to be much better up there in playing them in years past. Their pressure really disrupts, and their ability to convert off turnovers is something that's very concerning. We're going to have to do a much better job of defending the paint than we did in the first game as we play them here this second time.
Alex.
Archie, there's been a couple games, I guess the Rutgers game and the Ohio State game are examples where teams have maybe been more physical. And you mentioned that kind of in the post game. Is there anything kind of you'd like to see differently this second time around against Rutgers from being able to hand the physicality, not only with some of their guards, but I know the first time Trace struggled a little bit against Miles Johnson in the post. Is there anything you can do to kind of relieve maybe some of that pressure that they put on you from a physical standpoint?
I think the big thing is just awareness. You're going to have to be much more prepared for it. Maybe the first game gives us evidence of what we're going to have to do better. But there's no question about it. The physicality of their guards and their ability to disrupt, their ability to stay in front, their ability to blow through screens was really a big problem in the game. And our physicality on offense, as much as defense, was a problem. I think that Miles Johnson, in my opinion, is the best defender in the Big Ten. He should be the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He protects the rim, does an amazing job of creating turnovers with his ability to steal post feeds, deflect balls, block shots. And he's a terrific one-on-one defender. And I think in game one, Trace was really struggling, with his ability to finish over him. And I thought Miles did a great job of deflecting balls, making it hard for us to get it into the post. And in and around the basket was very difficult to score. So we're going to have to be much better in terms of our preparation of getting it in. We'll have to do a much better job of finishing around the basket. But I think the biggest thing in this game is going to be our guard play. We have to play with 10 or less turnovers to have a chance. And we can't turn the ball over on entries. We can't turn the ball over feeding the post. And we're going to have to be able to make some plays with penetration with our guards, which we weren't able to make in game one. I thought they did a terrific job of just individually one-on-one defense of being able to, stay in the front and blow through about everything that we did. And, that'll be a big part coming in here is, in my opinion, turnovers is the name of the game.
John Blau.
Just hoping to get an update on two players. I know Joey Bronk, you said you were kind of keeping the door open for him to make a run here at the end of the year. I guess where is he in his rehab? And then also Parker Stewart, are you guys holding the door open at all for him to play, or kind of where is he in terms of his practice progression and what he can provide, or is it more pointed toward next season?
Neither guy's available. I mean, we're down to 10 days left in the regular season. And, Joey is just now starting to get a little bit more active, maybe starting to move from some of the physical therapy stuff to maybe some more physical therapy stuff, being running on treadmills or maybe some non-contact condition. He's yet to do anything with a basketball yet. So, Joey's pretty much done for the season. Big thing for him is going to be to continue to do his recovery. He's doing really well, and we're pleased with where he's at. He's just got to take some time to continue to rehabilitate the back and the muscles and all that. Parker is yet to be, fully engaged in practice. He's still dealing with a lot of different stuff just in terms of getting acclimated here, getting in the groove of things. he does participate in good portions of practice now, more so than he did 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And, I think the big thing for him is to continue to just get acclimated, but neither guy will be available.
Dustin.
You're doing a piece on Armon, basically. What's most impressed you just about the transformation he's made this year? What are some things that he's been able to do that maybe you didn't expect him to be able to do this fast?
Well, he's a much stronger player than he was a year ago. I think even though we didn't have the full or any spring or summer, training that the normal freshman year provides for a sophomore, he has come a long way physically. If you just watch the games from a year ago to where he's at now, he's a much stronger player. So I think he has physically matured, which is good. He still has another jump that I really think he'll make physically, which will continue to, bolster his ability. I think Armon has a good feel for how to play with the ball and without. We've always thought that, from an offensive standpoint, although not the highest jumper or the quickest guy, he has a good feel for the plays. He's a game. And I thought this year, as the season has progressed, he's been able to really give us a guy, to the best of our ability, be able to get downhill, make some plays in the paint, get creator for us, when tough times. He's made game winners. He's been able to get some hard drives in big moments. So I think from an offensive standpoint, you're seeing more of a developed player with the ball in his hands. His shooting percentage is greatly improved. As a freshman, he struggled, mightily throughout the course of the season to hit the three. And I think this year, as you look through 85% of the season being done, his 3-point percentage is much better. He's by far and away a guy that's confident in his shot and has taken big shots for us, made big shots for us, but he's now a double-figure scorer. And I think as he approaches the back part of this year, finishing strong is something that, is very, very important to us and him as he continues to evolve. Defensively, for a good portion of this season, wasn't close just in terms of how valuable he was on both ends. He was doing it on both ends for a long time. And I think the ankle injury against Maryland has really set him back physically throughout the course of the month of January and then here in February. Although he's feeling better and playing a lot of minutes, he doesn't have the full range of motion. And, he does, to me, look hobbled at times. It's sore. But he's dealt with the injury the best he can. He's finishing strong for us. But I think from a defensive standpoint, especially early in the year, November, December, and January, before his injury, he was doing a terrific job on that end. So he's a two-way player. He's really developed. He's one of the most improved players in the Big Ten this year.
Kevin.
Yeah, Coach. Was there any kind of health issue with Jordan on Saturday, Jordan Geronimo? And I'm curious, how close is he to potentially maybe helping in a post rotation to take a little pressure off Trace and Race?
There's nothing wrong with Jordan physically here in this last week. He just hasn't gotten the opportunities, that we've had him in a position to get, a couple weeks earlier. It's something that we're looking forward to doing here down the stretch, is to get him back involved a little bit more, because he does some really. And I think this last week, in particular in the Minnesota game, as we played well in certain stretches, we didn't feel the need. And I think that as the Michigan State game evolved, I think that Race and Trace were really doing a nice job. Jerome has also stepped up here recently and has provided a scoring punch. So, but at the end of the game, end of the week, as you look at the Michigan State game, could have really used Jordan, 2020 looking back at it. And I think as we head in here to Rutgers and as we head in here to the backstretch in general, I think Jordan will reemerge for us.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.